Oops, forgot to add myself into the forget to add forgot to add myself into the studio. So I was talking and then I was looking at a bad screen. Welcome everybody. Technical issues, amateur streaming aside, um, to another episode of A Flawed Man of God with me, your host, Stuart Davis, Flawed Man of God, humble parishioner at a small church just outside of Richmond, Virginia. I'm not a pastor, not a biblical scholar. I haven't been to seminary. I'm not trying to get you to join my church or donate to any special cause. I'm just trying to talk about God, talk about Jesus, talk about the Holy Spirit, talk about the Bible, talk about Christianity, talk about a wide variety of different topics, issues, and current events, and give you my perspective on them, one that I think is reflective of your average Christian guy. I've been a Christian all my life, 41 years, non denominational Protestant. I don't subscribe to any particular doctrine or denomination. I'm just in the Word daily, trying to do it better each and every day. Sometimes I'll get it right. Often I'll get it wrong. But no matter what, um, if you're watching this stream, if you're listening to my voice, you can count on getting my honest takes on whatever it is that we're discussing. So, if you're somebody who is exploring Christianity, you're curious about it, you are reaching out, searching for something to give meaning to your life because you feel like you're missing something. Maybe there's a small voice in the back of your mind wondering if there's more to this existence than just your life here on earth. And if that's the case, welcome. I'll go ahead and give you the spoiler alert. If you're on the path to Christianity, you're on the right path. Just take the next step and and follow it. And if that means you want to settle in here and kind of get a perspective that is down to earth and honest and layperson friendly, then great. Because I'm not a professional social media guy, I can't give you these well done, scripted and contrived um, blurbs about what faith is and what it isn't. In fact, and part of the reason I don't try to get into that too much is because a lot of those folks are passing off a bad messaging, or they're not doing it right, and maybe it just doesn't come off as authentic to you. And I'm not a pastor, so you're not getting it from the pulpit. I know a lot of people are wondering, when they're new to church or interested in the church, they think, oh, the pastor, he's getting paid to do this. It's all part of the show. It's all part of his job. That's not how it's supposed to function. In most cases, that's not how it function. But I can understand as an outsider looking in that maybe that's how it feels to you, and maybe that makes it difficult for you to receive what message is being preached. Maybe not from the pulpit. Maybe you can get it from the guy in the pew next to you who can tell you, I've been in the faith for a long time. I've been a Christian a long time, and I can tell you what it's done for me and what it means to me and why I hold so fast to it and why it is the right choice for you. Um, if that's if this is what you're looking for, pull up pull up a chair and and settle in and get whatever information you can, and hopefully, which is a big part of the purpose of this show, but hopefully this will get you headed in a direction towards salvation. If you were already a Christian and you just enjoy Christian topics and discussions, welcome as well. You'll see we run it very similar to a Wednesday night study group or a Sunday school. It's all small group oriented. We've got our own little community here, and it's been great. It's made this show better, and we want you to be a part of it. And it doesn't matter whether you are um, just exploring Christianity or you've been a Christian all your life. You are more grounded in your faith. You're more mature in your faith, smarter and more educated in your faith than me, or somewhere in between. Get in the chat. Be part of this show. Make it better. And if you like the show, go ahead and subscribe to it. Like the episode. And hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I go live, which is around this time every evening, Monday through Thursday. Mondays right now, I have softball, church softball. So we're not doing it most Monday evenings, but that will eventually go by the wayside. We'd love to hear from you. We got a great group of folks who tune in and night out. They're in here right now. And I'd like for you to be part of that. And that just means talk. Tell me what you agree and disagree with. What you think I'm doing right, what you think I'm doing wrong. What about whatever it is that we're discussing that you have a unique insight or experience with? Give us your reaction to what we're talking about. Doesn't matter. We have a guy who comes in sometimes who's never been exposed to the Bible before and tells us what we're reading and how that makes him think. What he thinks about that. That's part of the whole journey we're on this project to go through the Bible. And we've got questions. Just put it in there. I promise you I'll read and respond to it. And with that said, let's get the party started. New week. Yesterday we did have church softball. It is raining today and not yesterday. I had a really good game, except for the very end. I gotta say, we won our first game by a ton, 23-5. I mean, it was a blowout. And we were behind, but still scoring. But we were behind the second game. And last inning, we're down by 2 runs. I'm the second batter. Guy in leadoff batter gets on base, gets on first. And I'm a lefty, so I come up to the plate. So the guy kind of quarterback in their outfield moves to center field because I've been hitting it a lot to center and right center. He's playing shallow because he's there for to catch the line drive, because that's what how I normally hit it. I don't usually hit him to the wall. I'm usually a good solid line drive guy. And that left field wide open. So when the pitch came in, I just turned a little bit and pop, sent it right into left field and got a double out of it. Scored the runner. So now we're only down 1. I'm the tying run on second base. Next guy up. Pops it up over my head, going into the outfield enough that smart me would have stayed on the bag and tried to tag up. But I thought it was going to drop, and it didn't. So I had to scramble back to the base. And then they misplayed the throw back, so I could have gone in there, but I didn't. But all my momentum was off. So I sat at the base. Stuck at second base still, 1 out. Next guy up. Our power hitter smokes it deep into right over my head. I start to get out there. I should have stayed at second base. That guy, quarterback in the outfield, he's been playing him deep. Caught it at the warning track. I have to run back to second base. I can't tag up. Next batter hits a single into shallow outfield. I get to third. And then when it had already, if I'd have tagged up on either of those 2 batters, I would have scored and tied the game. Next batter flies out. I cost the people that game. That is eating me up, even though the game does not matter. And I have a blast. I don't care if I win or lose. But, it's just kind of like when it's your mistake and it's a boneheaded thing the way I did it, it just eats at you. I felt like I let everybody down. And they were giving me that grief too. It was stupid on my part. I can't believe I did it. That is a 20-year-old mistake. That is a known better mistake. Oof. That's gonna sit with me for a while. And especially after I just smoked that ball in the left field. It was one of the best hits of my season. But again, had a great time. And glad to be around all the folks who play. the guys who play against and the guys I play with. It's great. It's a great community. So I got my fix in there, got my fellowship fix in there, um, my gentleman camaraderie, and hopefully you guys this weekend went well. Um, I got a proud parent moment. My son absolutely destroyed his standards of learning tests today. He uh, he got a perfect score on his state history SOL, a perfect score. And so we took him out. We took him out and for some. No, I'm not voting for Biden. We took him out, and he wanted to get some Gundam model kits from Hobby Lobby. So we stopped by there. He got this one, which he had already. It took him next to no time to assemble, and hold on, I don't want to drop him. And then this, his first master grade Gundam model kit, which it didn't even take him. It took him just basically most the afternoon after church to put together, and he was very proud of it. He wanted me to show that off, and I wanted to talk about my son doing an awesome job. It was a very eventful time off. Um, it's a Gundam. Yeah, exactly, Vertex. Hope your Mother's Days were good. I had lunch with my mom today. Spent some time. Took my wife out to dinner with the kids, and brought a good friend of ours whose husband is in the army and is out of the area, unfortunately, right now. You've met her. She's been on this show. She was she was the one I did the interview with, very beginning of my show, when the topic was being a woman, being a Christian woman, be a woman in church, and kind of her perspective in our conversation. She's a very close friend of ours. So, with her husband not being there and him being one of my two best friends, and her that we're very close with, we brought her along with us, and as a Mother's Day gift, so she didn't, uh, she wasn't sitting around with nothing. No, not saying that he's not doing anything for her, but that day he's not around. So come on, hang out with us, and we'll go get a really good nice dinner at a nice restaurant, and we had a blast there. And unfortunately, the pet issues that have been going around this small group continues. My oldest cat, Halo, who I don't think you've seen on this show. Mostly, it's just Ron. Uh, Halo started having some very serious health issues. She went blind all of a sudden. Her blood pressure went through the roof. Um, she was confused um, and just she's 16. She was 16 years old, and we had to put her down yesterday morning. Um, it was it was sad. That is the first pet that me and my wife got together. Yeah, well, no, we rescued a beagle before that, but He, we got her right after we got married. Literally a, a week or two after we came home from our honeymoon, and she's been with us ever since. And it's kind of like she's been in, like many pets, in the background of the memories as you go through life. And I know all of you guys can kind of pick who've had pets through the years. When you have memories, you can kind of point to what your pet was doing or how your pet was kind of involved in that at the time. Um, so you appreciate the time you have with them, and glad that you gave them a good home and and a loving household and a loving environment for as long as they're there, and then they go off to who knows where. Um, the Bible really doesn't speak about pets, but I do feel like the sometimes animals and animal companions are in our lives for a certain for a distinct purpose to kind of help us sometimes when we don't have any connection with with people. And it's no usually it's never a sub a one for one replacement, but sometimes it's enough of a substitute to get you through a tough point where um maybe there's just there's no community, there's no fellowship there that you're able to connect to either by your being your own personality and problems or just the situation. But whatever it is, I'm thankful for the years uh, I got with her. I'm thankful for for how she um, was gentle with my son as a baby when he wanted to wreck at everything, and I know that she had a good home when she was basically destined to be an alley cat if the local humane society hadn't gotten her off the streets. So R.I.P. in peace, Halo. R.I.P. in peace to Veritax and Blaine's pets. It's a circle of life, guys. So that was my weekend. Very eventful. Very eventful. And hopefully you guys had a very good weekend and one where maybe hopefully y'all had some good times with family. Maybe times to if you have a relationship with your mom, if your mom is still around, you were able to spend some time with them and just be remember that part of the Bible that teaches us the importance of family and the importance of mothers and and how parenthood is not an easy thing at all, and but how they shape us, how they help shape us, and how they teach us things. I certainly, certainly appreciate everything my mom has done for me. Um, she probably um, was the most. She was the driving force for me, making sure I was going to church as a kid. Um, she always, she always told me how tells me. I say told me. That's not past tense. She always tells me how much she loves me, um, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Just having that alone to know that you're loved, to know that somebody out there cares. When I was a very lonely kid, all the way up for a long time, but I always had mom, and she was always there, and she was always willing uh, to do what she could to help me. So, cheers to the moms. Hope the moms had a happy Mother's Day. I hope if any of you folks in the chat are moms. Um, I don't see I don't see one of them. Jenny. I don't see Jenny, but and I don't know Christina Avila. I don't know if you were a mom, but again, if you guys are moms, then happy Mother's Day. I hope your weekends and your day went well. Went well. All right, so Matt Felty, welcome to the show. Again, like I said, Christina Avila, welcome to the show. Ready for God's word? We're going to get to it in just a moment. Veritex, by the way, I think me and Hernath are good. He had valid points. I was trying to tell people there's more than the tip of that iceberg. I saw that y'all were talking to each other, and then I read about how much I would have to read to find out what y'all were talking about, and I didn't even start. I almost did a TLDR, asked for you guys to go, what are y'all talking about? I'm not reading through all that. That's a lot of words. That's a lot of words, and I've already got reading that I'm doing right now with Mistborn series. Nernayat said, we are fine. I've just been busy and not had time to respond. Both of you guys, a lot of respect for both of you. If y'all are arguing, just remember y'all are both good guys, good brothers in Christ, and to remember that. But hopefully it's just an argument of the minds and just don't get personal, guys. I think I like debating, I like arguing, I like discussing, exchanging points, and such. So, home from work. Glad you could. Oh, Yex is here. What's going on? Uh, talking in Discord. Renee said, I like to think we all live in a society. We live in a society rather than a community. Get out of here. Get out of here, Renee. Veritex of faith is knowledge, wisdom, belief put in motion along a vector pointing towards the object of the faith. Carl, you know and love. We do. We know and love that you're here. How's it going, sir? That felt he clapping. Veritex had got the new wife a bouquet of tulips, her favorites. Good. That's a good pun wasted. I don't know. Look, it's Monday, or it's not. It's Tuesday. I'm obviously off my game a little bit. Yex said the Greek Orthodox Archbishop of America is comparing being same-sex marriage to being. Oh wait, hold on. Yex says the Greek Orthodox Archbishop of America is comparing being against same-sex marriage to being anti-Semitic. Wallahi, they're finished. Funny thing is, barely anybody likes that archbishop. Is that LA photo posts, or I don't know how to pronounce his name because I can't spell it in my mind right now. Is that Archbishop Eli Philoto Greco name guy? He's the one who's had some pretty controversial takes recently. That's America for you. We can ruin everything. Anything and everything. We can make it terrible. Alex Moore, no notification. Well, glad to have you here and glad that you know that I'm consistent enough that you can check it out and go, I knew we would be streaming tonight. But glad to have you here, Alex. Veritex said, and our last cat, Twinkle, doesn't seem to be doing well. We need to get him scheduled for a visit, but I'm worried he's going downhill. Yeah, it sucks. Alex said, yep, in the background and of photos of your family, conversation starters in the photos too, so we don't forget them. Figs is here. Wow, haven't seen you in a while, Figs. Glad to have you in. Going to win fantasy this year? No, you're not. You're not even going to get close. You'll be lucky to make the playoffs, buddy. Figs and I are head to head today this week, in baseball. So we'll see if he can even beat me, who's kind of mid this year right now. Even though I have a great lineup, I just got a lot of good players who are playing really mediocre right now. Nernant said, Veritex wears funny hats. Take that. Ooh, that's big if true, Veritex. I don't know how you can respond to that. Yex said, yeah, Episophoros. Episophoros. Who else? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I figure. He's always, but what about him? El Pedophoros. We can't even. Can we call him Archbishop Elpy? I don't know. Veritex said, what is it that right on the church when the Lord leaves an apostate building, Ichabod? Wait. What is it that right on the church when the Lord leaves an apostate building? What? I don't get it. The pun was you're a lefty, so you're voting for. I know what the pun was. I'm left-handed. You think I hadn't heard that before? Grammar module's malfunctioning today. I'll just retype it. All right, folks. We continue our something I've been meaning to share with you guys. This is Psalms related. All right, before before Alex starts rolling his eyes, this is Psalms related. A guy, Philip Dorita on Twitter, who is I like to follow him. he caters to my argumentative side in Christianity. But let's see. Where's Philip Dorita? There he is. He did this really cool thing with the Psalms, putting the Psalms to music. And I'm going to see. Let's see if he's got tonight's Psalms in there. How do I? Crap, I can't. Hang on. Psalm 43, Psalm 134. Okay, so we recently did one Psalm 134. So let's and he does it to this like vapo wave thing. I just thought it was really cool. Especially since when he started doing them, and like I said, I'm a couple of weeks, 2 weeks um late in showing you guys this. Praising the Lord in his house at night. What a great one. So very short. Um let's see if I can share that. Share screen. Also share audio. All right. So hold bless the Lord.
Bless you, Lord, all ye that his attendants are. Heaven knew that in God's temple be, and praise him nightly there. Your hands within God's holy place. Lift up and praise his name. From Zion hill the Lord be blessed, that heaven and earth did frame.
I don't know about you guys. I just think it's really cool. I like the vaporwave style, like that synth wave aesthetic and sound. Um Really want to see if he's got one closer to what we man, we passed some good ones. 131, I should have done that one. 133, that would have been an opportunity. 123, 120. Wonder if he should have just done them all. That's what he should have done. 128. That's it. That's all we got so far, I guess. But like I said, Phil Dorita on dude, that looks awesome.
Pastures green, he leadeth me. The quiet waters by my soul, he doth restore again, and me to
Phil Dorita on Twitter. I think it's worth it. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And if we if he does one that while we're still reading it, we don't have much more to go. You know, we are We are 6 out, I guess, 7 out from finishing. We won't finish this week. We'll finish next week in all likelihood. So, all right. Check it out. And let me share my screen tonight. 144 and 149. The Psalm 144 and Psalm 145 is what we'll be reviewing this evening. Song to the Lord who preserves his prospers. Wait, hold on. Stop. I am a dumb reader. A song to the Lord who preserves and prospers his people. A Psalm of David. I wonder how many more Psalms of David we have. I think it's good. We've had a lot of Psalms of David. Obviously, most of the Psalms are from David. Let's see what we have in store for us. Sounds like it starts a little bit. Blessed be the Lord my rock, who trains my hands for war and my fingers for battle, my loving kindness and my fortress, my high tower and my deliverer, my shield and the one in whom I take refuge, who subdues my people under me. Lord, what is man that you take knowledge of him, or the Son of Man that you are mindful of him? Man is like a breath, his days are like a passing shadow. Bow down your heavens, O Lord, and come down. Touch the mountains, and they shall smoke. Flash forth lightning and scatter them. Shoot out your arrows and destroy them. Stretch out your hand from above. Rescue me and deliver me out of great waters, from the hand of of foreigners whose mouths speak lying words, and whose let me reread that. I lost my my cadence there. Bow down your heavens, O Lord, and come down. Touch the mountains, and they shall smoke. Flash forth lightning and scatter them. Shoot out your arrows and destroy them. Stretch out your hand from above. Rescue me and deliver me out of great waters, from the hand of foreigners, whose mouth speaks lying words, and whose right hand is a right hand of falsehood. I will sing a new song to you, O God. On a harp of 10 strings, I will sing praises to you. The one who gives salvation to kings, who delivers David his servant from the deadly sword. Rescue me and deliver me from the hand of foreigners, whose mouth speaks lying words, and whose right hand is a right hand of falsehood. That our sons may be as plants grown up in their youth, that our daughters may be as pillars sculptured in palace style, that our barns may be full, supplying all kinds of produce, that our sheep may bring forth thousands and 10,000s in our field, that our oxen may be well laden, that there be no breaking in or going out, that there be no outcry in our streets. Happy are the people who are in such a state. Happy are the people whose God is the Lord. Like it. Like it. Let's go through it. A little bit, like I said, sometimes David's got a definite brand of what most of his Psalms are about. God, listen to me. Please help me out. I've got problems. I need you to take care of them. You're great, and I am on your side. And those guys these imprecatory prayers I'm praying, go smash those people. God, you're righteous. I mean, that's very much David's speed, right? But he's also written many other psalms that aren't like that, but just so many of them are. When you see it, you go, "Yep, that's David." Blessed be the Lord, my rock, who trains my hands. So this appealing to the veteran in me. The Lord, my rock, who trains my hands for war and my fingers for battle. My loving kindness and my fortress, my high tower and my deliverer, my shield, and the one in whom I take refuge, who subdues my people under me. So very much thinking of this in a military way, in a martial way. God trains my hands for war. This is David who slew Goliath while David had God on his lips. My hands for war, my fingers for battle. David went up there. Hey, let's say smug. Goliath was smug too. Goliath was incredulous. What is this? Who's this kid? I'm gonna smash this dude. I'm gonna smash this child. Stomp on him. Grind his bones to dust in front of all the Israelites. Meanwhile, David smirking as well. It's like an anime showdown. But David's smirking as well. Because why? Because he knows the Lord's got his back. He knows he's got this in the bag. Just has to be faithful, which he knows he can be. And that's what happens. He is uh, led men into battle. He has conquered other nations. He knows. He knows. He smelled the smoke. He's seen the sights and kept his faith throughout. But he compares God. What's going on, Alias? Haven't seen you in a while. Hi, all. Requesting prayers for strength, wisdom, guidance, and peace. Been on some rough waters. Thanks for any and all. Alias, love you, buddy. Hope you're doing. Hope you're doing as well as can be, given those rough waters. Hopefully, you're at least treading waters. I don't want to see you drowning in it. But yes, God be with you. God bless you, and don't forget we're here. But even greater, don't forget that God's there with you. Good boy, good guy. I want to see you back here, back in your regular attendance whenever you're able to. Meantime, we ain't forgotten about you. Just glad to see you. So, anyway, sorry about that, Alias. Yeah, I saw that came in, and it was worth interrupting to read, but we care about you. We do. Your Nance said, all according to God's God's plan. Yeah, gone it, Nernance. Stop putting words in here I can't pronounce. I don't know all of my letters, buddy. All right. But we see David having a military background. What is he describing here? God as his fortress, his savior, his sanctuary. He uses these as how does he do this? With his loving kindness. His care, his love, his compassion for us. David's talking about him. Is the blessings we need to be our fortress. So good one for Alias to listen to, and read and maybe take to heart. God can be these things for you, even though it doesn't feel like it, maybe at the time. And then he said, Lord, what is man that you take knowledge of him, or the Son of Man that you are mindful of him? Man is like a breath, and his days are like a passing shadow. We are temporary in comparison to him. We are nothing. Our time on this earth is limited, like a breath. When we think of the scope of how old, even if you're young, even if you take the young earth approach, the earth is old, and our presence on it is very brief. And that's how we We're here. We make what impact we can, and then we're gone. And then a couple of generations afterwards, almost all of us are out of memory. That, if it sounds like that and it's coming from Nernath, it probably is. Bow down your heavens, O Lord, and come down. Touch the mountains, and they shall smoke. Flash forth lightning and scatter them. Shoot out your arrows and destroy them. Stretch out your hand from above. Rescue me and deliver me out of great waters. Great waters, alias. Great waters. Rescue me and deliver me out of great waters from the hands of foreigners, whose mouths speak lying words, and whose right hand is the right hand of falsehood. Serendipitous timing, alias. That's all I gotta say. Your choice of words. I think Blaine's got. I think he's got a church group he meets with on Tuesday nights. Maybe it's Monday nights. I don't know. But here we see a little bit more of what we're not used to with David. Hey, come down, strike these posers and losers down. They are enemies. Rescue me. Shoot out your arrows and destroy them. Flash forth your lightning and scatter them. Stretch out your hand from above. Save me. Deliver me. Cover me up. Be that fortress, high tower, shield, sanctuary, etc. Deliver me from those, the hands of from the hand of foreigners whose mouths speak lying words and whose right hand is a right hand of falsehood. What do we know about what's going on with David's neighbors as far as neighboring nations? They're all pagan and worshiping false gods and demons. It would be good if God laid down a little bit of justice, especially when they're coming after the chosen tribes with a covenant established. I will sing a new song to you, O God, one on a harp of 10 strings. I will sing praises to you. Non-instrumental churches on notice. David in the psalm here is talking about playing an instrument. Harp of 10 strings, I will sing praises to you, the one who gives salvation to kings, who delivers David, his servant, who delivers me from the deadly sword, S-word. From the deadly sword. I will sing, I will praise, I will give thanks, I will worship, I will just shout it from the mountains. Your greatness. Sing it in whatever capacity I can, because you are the one who puts kings, who allows kings to reign. You are the one who delivers us from the deadly sword. The deadly sword for us being the temptations of Satan, or the clutches of Satan, maybe be better, because we do give in to sin. Rescue me and deliver me from the hands of foreigners whose mouths speak lying words and whose right hand is the right hand of falsehood. This is a repetition here. That our sons may be as plants grown up in their youth, that our daughters may be as pillars sculptured in palace style. And what parent doesn't love that that verse 12 right there? That our sons may be plants grown up in their youth, that our daughters may be as pillars. Man, I might that might be a good thing to put up on the wall. I like that. I like that as a dad. That our barns may be full, supplying all kinds of produce, that our sheep may bring forth thousands and 10,000s in our fields, that our oxen may be well laden, that there be no breaking in or going out, that there be no outcry in our streets. Happy are the people who are in such a state. Happy are the people whose God is the Lord. Very much the blessings of God, blessing our children, blessing our the generations coming after us, blessing what we have. Our bounty, um, even a more tangible feeling when we are living in harmony with God, we are living in harmony with his commandments. Happy are us. Happy are us. I'm going to point that out to my wife. I'll read that out. But yeah, rolls out in that world, like we said, who preserves and prospers his people, preserves and protects, prospers and blesses us. And these are promises God made in that covenant that he established with Abraham, with Jacob, with Moses, with Joshua, with David. Song of God's majesty and love, a praise of David. Are we going to see? I wonder, will David ask for anything in this? I wonder. Many times. I mean, David is not shy about asking for things, and we should take note of that because, like David, even a man after God's own heart, still flawed, still had his issues, his baggage, we'll call it, but never afraid to ask, never afraid to talk and talk to God, to go to God with requests, for wisdom, for many things. So, if it was good enough for David, it's good enough for us. It'd be a lesson for you guys and myself. It's okay to ask God for things. It's okay. You may not like the answer. It may not come, and the answer may not come as quickly as you want it to, or you feel like it needs to. Trust me, it's happening. 145. I will extol you, my God, O King, and I will bless your name forever and ever. Every day I will bless you, and I will praise your name forever and ever. Great is the Lord, and greatly to be praised, and his greatness is unsearchable. One generation shall praise your works to another, and shall declare your mighty acts. I will meditate on the glorious splendor of your majesty, and on your wondrous works. Men shall speak of the might of your awesome acts, and I will declare your greatness. They shall utter the memory of your great goodness, and shall sing of your righteousness. The Lord is gracious and full of compassion, slow to anger, and great in mercy. The Lord is good to all, and his tender mercies are all over his works. All your works shall praise you, O Lord, and your saints shall bless you. They shall speak of the glory of your kingdom and talk of your power, to make known to the sons of men his mighty acts and the glorious majesty of his kingdom. Your kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and your dominion endures throughout all generations. The Lord upholds all who fall, and raises up all who are bowed down. The eyes of all look expectantly to you, and you give them their food in due season. Open your hand and satisfy the desire of every living thing. The Lord is righteous in all his ways, gracious in all his works. The Lord is near to all who call upon him, to all who call upon him in truth. He will fulfill the desire of those who fear him. He will also hear their cry and save them. The Lord preserves all who love him, but all the wicked he will destroy. My mouth shall speak the praise of the Lord, and all the flesh shall bless his holy name forever and ever. Amen. Sorry, typing something to the wife. Sorry for the dead air. All right. I will extol you, my God, O King, and I will bless your name forever and ever. Every day I will bless you. This oftentimes is again part of that on-brand David psalm format, though he's not asking for anything here. He is simply praising. He is simply talking about how great God is and why he is great in David's mind. But he starts it very much. I love you, God. God, very much. You are great, you are righteous, and I will praise your name forever. In fact, it seems more, this is actually more how David ends his Psalms than it is how he begins them. His beginnings are kind of like it, but this really seems more about the end. His greatness is unsearchable. What's the footnote there? Beyond our understanding. His greatness is beyond our understanding. One generation shall praise your works to another. It should be one generation passing it on to the next. The way I talk about God to my son, to my daughters, well, one of my daughters, because the other one barely has a hard enough time listening to me when I say no right now. I will meditate on the glorious splendor of your majesty and on your wondrous work. God, our work, we are not to rest on our works, but God is perfectly able to rest on his. And he uses them as reminders to us what he's done for them, for us, because so much of his works, you think of the entire creation of the world, feels like it was created for us. So much has been created for us by God. Meditate on the glorious splendor of your majesty and on your wondrous works. Men shall speak of the might of your awesome acts, and I will declare your greatness. They shall utter the memory of your great goodness and shall sing of your righteousness. We still do that to this day. This psalm is thousands of years old. We've been doing it ever since, and even before David. The Lord is gracious and full of compassion, slow to anger, and great in mercy. The Lord is good to all, and his tender mercies are over all his works. Cool. All your works shall praise you, O Lord, and your saints shall bless you. They shall speak of the glory of your kingdom and talk of your power, to make known to the sons of men his mighty acts and the glorious majesty of his kingdom. Your kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and your dominion endures throughout all generations. Water is wet. All this stuff is basically just as factual as he talks about, but it's important. Giving respect, reminding, this is why we love you, God. This is why we appreciate. This is why we respect you. This is why we're God fearing. This is why we look to you guys. Not just, this is not, you know, just praising him to stroke God's ego. This is to understand that we recognize what it to our in our limited capacity, what God is able to do, what God has done, and that why we adore him as a result. The Lord, and here we go. The Lord upholds all who fall and raises up all who are bowed down. Isn't that something for us to think about as we go through our sinful fallen world and our sinful fallen behaviors? Please do not tip over. Okay, there we go. The eyes of all look expectantly to you, and you give them their food in due season. You open your hand and satisfy the desire of every living thing. I guess I should point out, when God opens his hand, he satisfies the desires of every living thing. He has the capacity to do that. Doesn't mean he always does. The Lord is righteous in all his ways, gracious in all his works. The Lord is near to all who call upon him. To all who call upon him in truth. He will fulfill the desire of those who fear him. He also will hear their cry and save them. The Lord preserves all who love him, but all the wicked he will destroy. My mouth shall speak the praise of the Lord, and all flesh shall bless his holy name forever and ever. Again, God is good. God is great. God is gracious. God is close to us. God listens. God preserves, but also God destroys. God brings justice. And my mouth shall speak the praise of the Lord, and all flesh shall bless his holy name forever and ever. That'll conclude our readings for tonight. And I appreciate you guys' attendance here. Alias, like I said, good to see you. Hope things are going get better, get more easy to manage. Hopefully you'll be on top of the world before you know it. So Alias, Nernaeth, Thad the Man, Biggs, Veritax, Yex, Alex Moore, Carl, the one we know and love, Matt Felty, and Christina Avila. Thank you guys for coming in. New listeners, new subscribers, and old, like Fig, one of the very originals. And some folks we haven't seen in a while, like Alias, and all the ones in between. I appreciate all that you guys do, all that you get. Just checking in, like I said, checking in, bringing your trouble, laying your thoughts and feelings down on the way in the door, sharing them with us, being part of the group. We like it. We love it. We want more of it. But again, you make this channel better. You make this easier for me. And I appreciate it. To everybody just listening who can't or won't be part of the chat, it's okay. I understand, kind of. I'm just happy that you're finding this content good enough that you come back and you take something away. To everybody who is listening on replay, I hope I'm thankful that you're listening. Appreciate you watching, but I hope I get to catch you live sometime soon. We should be continuing our march toward Psalm 150 tomorrow night with Psalm 146 and 147. But all of you guys have a great night, and God bless.